Shakur Stevenson is now revealing that he's come to terms with the fact that the Tank Davis fight may not happen. And he said that he's now coming to terms with that. He's accepted the fact that this fight may not happen. And he said he can't make sure that this fight happens on both ends. He said he don't want it like me. You could tell that he the type of dude that don't really want this ish. He just don't want to be the best. And Shakur Stevenson said this on All the Smoke fight with Barak. Just a conversation they was having about the Tank Davis whole fight that people are trying to get some steam behind, and he's just letting people know, like, I can't be pushing this thing by myself and trying to make sure the fight happen. It can't be just a one-sided situation. Shakur said he don't want this. You could tell that he don't want this. I'm the type of dude, I want this. He said you could tell that Tank Davis don't want this. I think I'm gonna go over this tonight because I gotta do something tomorrow. I'm gonna have a quick conversation about this tonight. But he said you could tell Tank Davis don't want this. And Shakur never gets down like this about the fight. And they said, was it because of the Jake Paul stuff? He's like, nah, you could just tell, like, he's not really with it. He don't want it like he wanted. And I agree with him, man. Like, you could tell Shakur Stevenson really want to make these fights. He really want to make these fights. Even though he hasn't fought Devin Haney and the whole situation with that, people try to hang that over his head sometimes. Bruh, he's still trying to make every other fight. So people trying to say everything about him not trying to make fights happen, I'm not trying to hear that. He just fought Zepeda and he's gonna fight possibly Teofimo next. He making moves. So the whole trying to make sure Shakur resume is up to par, it's definitely gonna be up to par. They're gonna make sure. Especially in the boxing game. But he's just letting it be known. You could tell that Tank Davis don't have that aura around him, like he feels like he's trying to be the best. It's a different kind of situation that he's in than Shakur Stevenson. Just because all these guys are boxing doesn't mean they're all in the same situation. And Tank Davis not really communicating as far as with Shakur to the point where he's comfortable knowing that they could possibly fight in the future. He's sparred Tank before in the past. He doesn't know if they're gonna get in the ring again now. It's not a good look. Because, you know, sometimes these guys will know behind the scenes. Not even if they're building it up. They just know, okay, this is around the corner. We're gonna try to make this happen. But for him to know that people aren't not trying to make it happen and don't really want to make it happen, it's kind of crazy, man. It's all allegedly, but you can listen to it on the Barak interview with Shakur Stevenson. And they'll let you know everything you want to hear. But this is crazy. I'm not surprised because Tank Davis having a fight with Jake Paul right now in his career is a red flag to anybody. Anybody. I'm talking about this dude wasting these fights in his prime against competition that's not elite. Then people want to run into a scenario like with Canelo recently where people say, oh, he's too old. Well, you quit aging out your own fighter. It's not my fault that fans are aging out their own fighters and then want to throw him in an elite fight once he gets over the hill. That's not our problem in boxing. That's called ducking. That's what that's called. That's called not fighting the best. If you was fighting the best your whole career, people wouldn't ask you to fight anybody. Got to think about it that way. If you fought the best, nobody's going to ask you to keep fighting anybody else. It just goes that way sometimes. But the way boxing goes, man, Tank Davis has to stay in competitive fights. Shakur Stevenson is going to be in competitive fights. And like he said, he don't want them like he do. And y'all can look it up for yourself. It's very dismissive when it comes to the fight being around the corner or a possibility. You haven't heard Shakur Stevenson this dismissive of the fight ever. So for him to be like, you know, he don't want it. Like to the fact that Tank don't even want it like him. And I don't even think he talking about the fight. He just talking about overall, like the sport of boxing. Shakur trying to be the best. And he's letting it be known. Two different situations, two different people. in two different scenarios with two different mindsets. But we'll see what happens in the future. But for him to say that, it's huge. That's all I got. Like and subscribe.